you for your beautiful talks. What is your take on small but frequent awakenings? Is it a sign of gradual detachment from the character and the seeking? So yeah, that's often what happens for a lot of people, is these gradual awakening. These gradual, sorry, and people can hear me in Zoom. It's these gradual awakenings. So often what happens is through time, there is more and more dropping into what you truly are, and sometimes that's not even recognized. Often people are so fixated and focused on bliss and joy, so they're looking for the times when they have bliss and joy and freedom, and that often can be related to having an awakening, because when you have an awakening, there often can be this big relaxation, so lots of bliss and joy and happiness is created. But what's actually happening beyond the feeling is, it is like a detachment from self. It's like a falling into something else that's really still and silent and free. But it's also not a detachment from the person. Like, it makes everything in the personal world more intense. It's opposite to what you think. So it's like, in a way, you could say, like, really embodying the person. But what happens often on this process is this gradual awakening. And when I was having these gradual awakenings, I didn't really recognize what was happening, that there was an emptiness that was happening, that there was nothing experiencing itself as everything. That was like, really present and free. I couldn't put that into words, and because it didn't last long enough, I was more focused on the experiences that Lisa was happening, of feeling more intimate with people and more engaged, rather than in the background. It was like really empty, like Lisa wasn't experiencing. I just didn't have the right terminology for it. There was this deep emptiness there, that there is nothing in here, there's no centralized point that is experiencing. And it can happen to people throughout their day, that there is a disappearing of that separate self, or that energy which is making it feel like that separate self is experiencing. And then there is this expansion and this emptiness that happens, but it's not being registered by the mind. The mind needs objects and things and experiencing an event to remember. It can't remember emptiness. I know it might think, of course I can remember emptiness, but that's making emptiness into an object again. So it can't really remember it. But there can be at some point like this noticing of this difference, sometimes because there's a big shift, but this difference from being something to not being something. So to being an experiencer to not being an experiencer. So right now, there is nothing experiencing, there is life happening, and in that a character is appearing, but that character is not experiencing. That character is an experience. That's so full on, right? It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. Yeah.